Well, I got the old style Georgia state flag here, and I always like this one better. This was adopted in 1956. Actually, in 1957, and also prior to that, well, officially in 1957, Congress officially formed a committee to encourage southern states to celebrate their 100th anniversary, or the centennial of the war between the states, which would have been 1961 to 1965 when they've been celebrating, you know, the 100-year anniversary. So the Georgia state flag was modified to this, and it was actually very popular. Most people in Georgia were very popular with, but it's not popular with people who are conditioned into believing certain things about the symbology. And the reason for that conditioning is that the Confederacy did fight against crony capitalism, basically, and too big to fail, entrenched bureaucracy of monopolistic capitalists. If you look at the Confederate Constitution, I'm going to point to a video at the end of this where I kind of went over the highlights of the Confederate Constitution. But I just want to say that, you know, it's a good idea. If you're in Georgia, why not fly this flag instead of the current version? I'm going to go over how you can get the whole 9 yards, the flagpole, the halyard, the whole setup, the concrete and everything, for about 45 bucks. This flag is $5.99 each on Amazon. Now, I don't like buying from Amazon usually, but what I do is I have my Amazon with a Smile account, which goes to the Abbeville Institute, which is an educational institute from South Carolina, or you can have it for like the SCV, the Sons of Confederate Veterans. But this is a high quality flag. It's not a cheap one. It's you know, Anley's a good brand, right? It's not something garbage. And I believe these are made in the USA too. So it's not a low quality flag for $5.99. I was pretty surprised Amazon was selling these. So I got a few of them. I might, you know, I'm going to keep my property in Tennessee, northeast Tennessee mountains, but I might actually relocate to North Georgia, Blue Ridge Mountains, near the Tennessee border. And, you know, I'll be flying this too. Probably have a couple of them in the driveway as you enter. But it's a very good deal, and I just got some clips of when I went to Lowe's and Walmart to show you what the price is. You can get the whole flag set up for 45 bucks, and plus the flagpole, a 17-foot flagpole with the concrete and all this kind of stuff. And I also want to show you how to attach the paracord to the flag itself without any kind of special hooks or anything. Okay, adding up the cost, doing on a concrete for the pole base, you probably only need one 80-pound bag for a small pole like that, $4.50. Okay, for the pole itself, you can use just this 1 1/3 inch by 10.5 foot top rail, because it's steel, it's not aluminum. These poles, flagpoles you see, are aluminum. They're actually they're wider diameter, but they're not as strong as that steel. The steel's pretty strong. So you need 2 of those, $12.50 each, so 25 bucks. $5 for a bag of concrete. You got $30 right there. You put it in about 4 feet, and you got a 17-foot flagpole. And you put the pointy end down. To join these, I would just chemically clean them and scuff them up a little bit, put some JB weld on them to join them together, because they go one into the other. That should hold it up. And you want a little end cap to stick on the top of the rail. What you can do is, you know, you can just put the end cap on here. You're not going to notice it's got a little loop on the top, or just knock the loop off. The reason you want the end cap on there is so the rail doesn't fill up with water and start rusting from the inside. But the galvanized will last a long time, and if you get on a long fence, you get on a ladder, say it rusts later on, just put some roofing paint on it, like the silver stuff, and put it on there with a roller. Just get on there with a ladder and a long extension on a roller, mini roller, and paint it up, but that'll take years before it rusts up. So you're up to $32, right? Okay, the last place it was at Lowe's, so this is Walmart, so $7.50. get 100 feet of 3/16 braided rope, which is nylon and polyester. That should be okay. That's plenty thick enough, and it's braided, so like if you pull on it, you don't want to get it twisted, because when you pull on the twisted one, it makes the flag curl up. You see what I'm saying? It makes the, wherever you have the flag attached, it goes like that. You want the braided stuff. 100 feet is way more than you need, because you're talking 17 feet each way, 34 feet, maybe another 4 feet, 38 feet for like an extra, a little extra so you can tie it off. But the reason I was thinking is get a little extra, you might want to get 3 of these for making a tripod, and you still have plenty of freaking line. So 3 of those would be $4. So 32, 36, and 750 is $43.50. And you only need one more thing. Last thing you need is for your cleat and your pulley. Just use a couple of these eye bolts. It's $1, so $43.50. You're talking $44.50. I'm talking like with the tax, so maybe $45. Flag cost you $6, so it's $51 total, right? The Georgia State, old Georgia State flag off of Amazon. So that's all it runs you. When you put this bolt through here, you're gonna have to cut some of the threads. You know, it's gonna be too long. And also, I would take the vice grips and booger up the thread so the bolt doesn't come out. But that's all you need. And I'll show you how to attach the flag. You don't need a big one. You just need a little one. This one's probably too short. You want to get the longer one. Now, I don't use any special hooks or anything to attach my flags. All I do is I take the paracord and I put the paracord through the eye bolts, which I showed. You know, you pick those up in Walmart for like $1 or something. That would work as your cleat and your pulley on the top, right? And you put the paracord through there first, but before you put the paracord through there, you tie one overhand knot in it on one side, and then when you put through the both eye bolts on the flagpole, you put an overhand square knot. So when you have the flag in here, you're going to attach it from here to here with just, you can use paracord again, because you know you would have had like an extra 50 feet of this stuff, or you can use zip ties, you know, plastic zip ties, a couple of those. And you don't want to have them extremely tight, but you want them tight enough that when you know, it's not going to slip over the knot. On the opposite side, what you want to do is you want to either put a paracord through this knot here and then through the eyeball, the brass grommet, or use again the you know, plastic zip ties and put it through here. And you want to have this rope, like from this knot to this here, you want to have it very slightly shorter than the flag itself, so it pulls the flag a little tighter. You know, maybe like a ½ inch. You know, you don't want to have where this is going to be like a big bow in here where it's not going to fly good. So I'll show you like how I have it staked down. I mean, it's so cheap, quick, and easy. Like without the flag, you're paying $45 for all the materials, and it's not that hard to set up. And again, you can see how I have just the eye bolt in here. That's used as the cleat, and you got the pulley on the top. And this is a, you know, Forest 12-star Tennessee or Tennessee Georgia flag, Forest flag, the 12-star. And here you have, you know, the tent stakes. This thing was actually, this pole was actually up in Hurricane Irma with the flag on it and didn't come down. Now you can use also, instead of using the top rail, you can use a little thicker pipe than a top rail if you really want to make it stronger. And I just use some what do you call it? Gorilla tape. Gorilla tape. And then I like tapped it in there, and it's in there nice and tight. So the sucker's not. You got a 17-foot flagpole here, so you're good to go. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Whole deal is with the flag. It's like 50 bucks. That's all. And if you know, free shipping on Amazon, no sales tax, and you know, I got one up there. It's another one I made. You see that one out there, battle flag of Tennessee. That wasn't much money either, but it's the same type of construction, except, you know, more heavy duty. But you don't have to pay big bucks. That's 27-foot flagpole, so you don't have to pay big bucks for this stuff. But you know, what you want to do is get a lot of people flying this stuff versus, you know, having to rely on somebody to put a $20,000 flagpole near the interstate. Everybody fly these things. So, and get on the Abbeville site, and you could see a lot what the Confederacy really stood for, not what the major media is telling you, because it's the big money racket just don't like it. You know what I mean? They don't like it because it's it kind of stands against the big money racket. That's really what the deal is. They just don't. That's their beef. They can care less otherwise, but it's independence. That's really what the hell it was about.